What you're looking at in brown is the existing structure as it stands. All of the white are the new rooms that we're going to be adding. A new children's workroom. Here is our new reading room. Here is the elevator that is going to be necessary for us to have it accessible to both levels. Stairs, a new staff room, and then this is the new lower level multi-purpose room that is going to take existing space and our new space and able to give us a lot more flexibility for lectures, programs, and of course this is the new patio that is going to be built. This is going to come down to 4Cs, and hopefully maybe 4Cs will be able to deliver to people who are up on the patio, and new storage rooms, but the ability to have more space for programs and for books. We have to throw out 3,000 books a year because we don't have enough space. But with this new addition, we're going to have plenty of room for programs, books, more computers, and of course, this beautiful new patio out here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah Colvin, and I'm here with a group of people. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Centerville Library. To my left is Bob Anthony. He is the president of the Centerville Library. And to my right, Sheila and Dr. Cormac Coyle, who are the co-chairs of the Capital Campaign for the Library. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Wonderful to have you all here. And of course, in front of us is a fabulous model of the Centerville Library. So Bob, why don't we start with you? Tell me a little bit about the history of the library and the history of the project.
Well, for 142 years, it has been the center of life in the community of Centerville. And what I learned just this morning is that 29 years ago, October 17th, 1983, my father, who was the president of the trustees at that point, was shoveling dirt for the $75,000 addition, and he announced with great pride that they had raised $62,000, and they were 82% of their goal. And here we are in a bigger pond, looking forward to an incredible day tomorrow, the groundbreaking ceremony, and there were 198,000 visitors to this library alone last year. That's just an incredible number of people who find fellowship and friendship and get real education, and they help out with tutorials, and they meet friends, and they have a chess club, and they have a knitting group. And there's so much going on. It's really a community center. It's making us very proud. But the one concern we have is that we want to retain the intimacy and the friendliness and the family sense of this library. The staff here knows everybody. And Beth, our director, who was not able to be here with us today, is just at the forefront of coordinating a great team effort that provides hospitality. And that's a real key these days. People are looking for that. We have, as I've learned through this campaign, so much that we have to do just to renovate the place. Accessible bathrooms, fire suppression systems, a new elevator, because we have this moldy cellar that nobody can really get to. And interestingly, that's where we send our kids for story hour at the present time. Isn't that a little odd? So and then we have this patio going out so that there can be events here and the community can continue to gather. And in a sense, Beth has pointed out that it sort of links Upper Centerville with Lower Centerville, makes one community. And yet the ripple effect is all around the region in terms of people who come here to use the library. There's a strong sense of program for families and children, and a lot of good history. And frankly, you both, as co-chair, know that with your daughters so wonderfully.
And really, as you say, Bob, it's so wonderful to see in this highly technological society where people really do have the information they need at the touch of a button. They can get it on their smartphones, they can get it from their computers at home, but the library still remains that important community center. It's a place, as you say, where people go to gather, where they go to discuss, where they go to talk and learn things. And to see the libraries needing to grow and adapt to these changes, not only in the size of the community, but also in the needs of the community.
Yep. An icon for me was when I came in one winter night, one winter day, and there was an old fellow my age sitting in front of the fireplace at a card table playing chess with a special needs kid. And that to me says that's the linkage that we need to have. And yet this program, this expansion, is not a kind of a trophy thing. It really is integrating what we need to do with where we need to go. So in a sense, we are assuring a future. And so there we are with that.
So Sheila and Cormac, talk to me a little bit about how you got involved in the Capital campaign and why the library is so important to you.
Well, do you want me to start? Okay. I started coming to the library about 10 years ago when we had our first daughter, Mairead. And it was just a place to go and meet other moms. And then eventually we started to do Story Hour, which is in a yucky basement, but it is the best story hour. And Miss Penny and Miss Jessie are two of the most wonderful people, and probably, you know, most children in Centerville have been through the story hour, and they all remember Jessie and Penny. So we started there. And during the time when the girls were in story hour, the moms would be upstairs and have an hour to themselves. And some of my best friends are my story hour buddies. So that got me started to see what goes on at the library. And then I would also just use the Clams network and go on and take out books and movies and cookbooks. And that was all I really used the library for. And I loved it. And I thought it was the best thing in the world. And then when they asked us to be a part of the campaign, they went and they asked Cormac. And he...
I could, the dutiful husband that I am, presented it to my wife, and her response was, "Honey, how could we not do this?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that we couldn't do it. We believe in this village, we believe in our library, and we believe in the people who are in the library, very much so, in fact."
But since that point, then we really started to learn what happens at the Centerville Library. We had a case for support we were doing, and we're really trying to watch our pennies. So I offered to be one of the photographers. So I would just pop into the library at different times. And if you just, anytime you come here, it is so busy with people of all ages. You come, there's the knitting group, which are, you know, these really fun women who just laugh and have a wonderful time. There's teenagers. Miss Penny also runs programming for teenagers, and they're here, they do the shelving, but she also lets them create their own programming of what would appeal to other teenagers.
Oh, that's great.
And they come in and they completely design the programming. It's wonderful. There's also a local author who was having the teenagers illustrate her book for her. And really, I mean, they had light boxes, a very complicated process. They did it over about a year. And I mean, this is all just happening right here on Main Street.
At the library.
And people being tutored. I mean, so I would come in and just be amazed at what happened here. So now we're really gung-ho.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the
excited.
needs of the library, because as you mentioned, Bob, definitely looking at some, you know, some handicap accessible improvements, fixing the moldy basement, but we have the model here in front of us, and it's really quite amazing what you're planning to do. So talk to me a little bit about the planned expansion here in Centerville.
So the plan is to meet the needs of the community, as you've outlined. We have, as Bob said, 190,000 odd people. Most of them are odd. No, I'm just kidding.
It's terrible.
190,000 people walk through the library each year, and so the library has been, expanding to meet those needs. But the physical space is no longer comfortable or as comfortable as it really needs to be, and especially going forward into the future. So we're creating an additional 4,800 square feet over 2 levels of new construction, and we're rehabbing 3,700 square feet of the existing space, and we're also making it handicapped accessible, which in turn will allow us to apply for additional grants, which will help with sustainable conditions going forward. So one of the things that Sheila alluded to was the teens, and one of the key things here is going to be a dedicated teen space. There's going to be programs and space, for that population, and I think that they will respond well to that. the library is the center of the community. We believe that, and certainly in this community, I think that is absolutely true. But it is evolving as well as growing. It's evolving to meet the needs of today. So your library today has electronic books that are downloadable. You can just walk in with your iPad or Kindle, whatever, and download an ebook and return it when you're finished. We have internet access for the community at large, for people who are not connected via the internet, and they can apply online for jobs, do job training, fill out tax forms, and numerous other things where there isn't a good other space to do that in the community. So it's evolving at all the time. So this is not your grandparents' library, although the values that are attached to it are very much the same.
So talk to me a little bit about the funding for this. Obviously, you can't do renovations or rehab or build a new section of the library without money. So talk to me about what the financial goal is, how much money you're trying to raise.
Yes, so I think the first point to make here is that all of the fundraising for this is private. There is for this expansion and for this project, it all has to be raised by the people in the community through the capital campaign, and the goal is 2.7 million, and I'm pleased to say that right now we're 82% to goal. We are at 2.2 million, which means that we have about $500,000 to go. And so we're looking for 500 sturdy souls from Centerville to maybe come forward and agree to help this fantastic project to the tune of $1,000, which can be broken up over a 5-year period of time, and $200 a year. It's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, but it's I think it's doable, and especially when you really sit back and think of what the library has contributed to the community over the years, and how necessary the library is going to be, and how necessary a community center is going to be going forward.
Absolutely. So, kind of in closing, obviously 82% to the goal. Ground is breaking this week. Construction will begin, I'm assuming, very close after groundbreaking. How long will it take for this project to come to completion?
Aren't they saying, what, 10 months minimum?
About 10 months or so, yeah. So we're looking at late spring of next year. It's possible, obviously, it might go into the summer, but one way or another, we're going to work around that and make sure that the library remains open during the whole process.
One example of the need of this whole project is the fact that we have to wait until the library is closed to have any kind of outside community events. Cormac has done a wonderful job organizing a series of wellness lectures on diabetes and all sorts of topics. That's really been very successful. But we have to close the library before we have an Audubon program or a Red Cross program or some sort of community meeting. And so we're really against the wall, if you will, with regard to this project. But we're so excited about it because the community is coming out of the woodwork in many different ways. We received a major grant from the state for development grant of $250,000, which really added a lot of momentum. And we're convinced that when people see that we're really taking this seriously and with great enthusiasm, they're going to continue, and we're going to get our goal.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today, and we'll definitely look forward to keeping our eyes on this project moving forward. Joining me today has been Bob Anthony, the president of the Centerville Library, and Sheila Coyle and Cormac Coyle, who are the co-chairs of the capital campaign for the Centerville Library. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's such an exciting moment for us and for the community, and I thank you for your support and all you have done to make this happen. And there is a reason for it. This library has grown. We had a vision for what we wanted to do, and the vision kept growing and growing as more and more people started to use the library. And we cannot have this evening, this event, without bringing some recognition to those people who really make the library what it is, and that's the staff. And I wish you would all have a round of applause for the staff of the Centerville Library. It is only through their welcome touch for everyone who walks through these doors that makes this a place people want to come to. So thank you. This has been a tough week, and I thank you for all you've done.